everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell. I do drop new content on this channel every single day. So with that being said, let's just get right into the video. Tuesday, April 20th, and I do apologize for getting this video out kind of late, but I'm talking today about Healthier Choices Management, ticker symbol HCMC, and the press release that was announced today or released today about HCMC filing registration statement for rights offering exclusively for its stockholders. Okay, so a lot of information here in this short press release. Just wanted to make this video to give my opinion on what I think is happening here, what I think is going to happen, and just give my overall opinion on this news. If you are familiar with HCMC and the lawsuit, patent infringement lawsuit with Philip Morris, I have made numerous videos on that. Go check them out. I don't want to dive too much into that here. I specifically just want to talk about this press release and what I think it means. So with that being said, let's just get right into it. I'm reading this and kind of reading what people are talking about and giving their opinions on Reddit and things like that. I think there's a lot of, I guess, different opinions on what this means for HCMC and their shareholders and just their overall share price and the company moving forward. Again, this is just my opinion alone. And let's just quickly run through this press release here. So you can see HCMC today announced that it filed a registration statement on Form S1 with the SEC for a rights offering to its shareholders. Jeffrey Holman, the CEO of HCMC, released the following letter to shareholders. He basically says, first and foremost, on behalf of the board of directors and everyone at HCMC, I would like to thank the opportunity to thank our valued shareholders for their support through the years, and also to welcome our more recent shareholders. Worth mentioning that is our shareholder count is now at an all-time high of around 400,000 shareholders. And he says he would like to thank HCMC's employees as well. And then he says, before I discuss present rights offering to our shareholders, I would like to state clearly that this rights offering should not be confused with a reverse stock split. Okay, first and foremost, this is very crucial because the CEO is basically saying this is not a reverse stock split, and if the CEO says that, that means it's not, right? So let's just make that clear. This is not a reverse stock split. People online are saying that this is just like a reverse stock split, but that is not the case here. The company is not pursuing a reverse stock split concurrently or in conjunction with this rights offering. Please also note that in general, if the company's board of directors at some time in the future deem that it is in best interest of the company and its shareholders to recommend a reverse split, it would have to send out a proxy to the common shareholders detailing its reasons. It would then need to be approved by the shareholders owning over 50% or more of the common stock by the company. Without this major shareholder approval, no reverse stock split can occur. So he's basically reassuring that this reverse stock split is something that's not even on the horizon right now. Okay, so then he talks about the rights offering, and he says, in order to finance the expansion and the protection of our intellectual property and the company's various growth initiatives, HCMC will require additional funding. In an effort to achieve this funding in a potential non-dilutive manner to current shareholders, our board has decided to move forward with a rights offering exclusively for our shareholders. So that's also very crucial here. This is just specifically for shareholders of HCMC. Okay, so if you're not a current shareholder, you're not a part of this. So the rights offering essentially allows our shareholders the ability to purchase our common stock directly from the company at a discounted price. We hope to achieve our goal of raising capital and building a significant war chest while offering you the right to participate and not face the dilution that typically happens when a public company receives an investment from an investment fund or institutional investors. So basically, you see here, approximately an additional 25% of the company's common stock. If fully subscribed, the company will raise about $100 million in gross proceeds. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting because a lot of people are wondering where this $100 million is, what it's needed for, and just overall what the proceeds would go to. So you can see here they talk about the net proceeds will be used for general working capital purposes, including the protection of our intellectual property rights through litigation and other methods, funding future research and development for our intellectual property suite and product offerings, and funding growth initiatives and expansion for our health, food, vitamins, supplements, and vape segments, both online and brick and mortar stores. So part of this, in my opinion, is going to be the legal fees, right? They have to pay Cozen O'Connor, and I know a lot of people talk about as well that, okay, obviously Cozen O'Connor is going to get a portion of whatever settlement they get from Philip Morris if and when that day comes, but there are legal fees from then till now that need to be paid, and some of this could go through that. Obviously, they talk about it here: protection of our intellectual property rights through litigation. So obviously, legal fees plays a big role in that. Also, I think here is something that people, not a lot of people are really talking about as well. It's essentially the value of the company if they get their full gross proceeds will increase by around 100 million if the people give them 100 million for the new shares. So essentially, you kind of do want a piece of that. If the company's value will increase 100 million. So again, after looking at this in just, I guess, the very I guess most simple math for this here is that, so say for instance you're buying shares from HCMC, so you can buy 25% of your current holdings at 75% of their value. So essentially, if you hold 100,000 shares, you can buy 25,000 shares at a price of what 18,750 shares would cost. If that makes sense, I mean, that's the best way, I guess, in simple math, I could put really what's happening here. Also, it should be noted, your right to purchase under this rights offering cannot be assigned or traded, has no value, and terminates if not used by the expiration of the rights offering. Again, here, the rights offering cannot commence until the Form S-1 registering the shares being sold is declared effective by the SEC, and the SEC approval process, Form S-1, typically takes anywhere from 20 to 90 days. And obviously, HCMC will update everyone when this happens. If you go ahead and take a look at the S-1 here, United States Security Exchange Commission, Form S-1, this was filed today, April 20th, which is pretty interesting that they decided to file it today. It says, we are distributing a no-charge, non-transferable subscription rights entitling holders of common stock of the record date as of 5 p.m. Eastern Time on 2021, whom we've referred to as rights holders, to purchase additional shares of common stock. Your subscription rights will consist of your basic right, which will entitle you to purchase 1 share of common stock for every 4 shares you held as of the record date, and your overcharge subscription privilege, which will be exercisable only if you exercise your basic right in full and will entitle you to purchase additional shares for which other rights holders do not subscribe. So again, this is a lot to take in just straight off the bat. In my opinion, this is not bad news to me. Just to me, right off the bat, in simple form, it's HCMC trying to raise money while also giving shareholders some benefits while doing so. Okay, so again, a lot to take in here, a lot of information. A lot of people are think this is dilution. People are wondering if their shares or the value that of their current shares, what's going to happen if they own less shares, or will it stay the same? So basically, your shares will stay the same, but they will be worth less, and they will be worth less unless you buy more under this direct or this offering. So that is something to really definitely consider. Again, for me, there was a pullback today, about 26.5% pullback today on HCMC share price. So for me, I'm looking to definitely take part in this when the SEC fully allows this to happen and the SEC declares declares this effective. So yeah, that's just my opinion on this, you guys. I really wanted to just make this video as short as possible to just update you guys, tell you about how I'm feeling. So basically, the purchase price will be 25% of the discounted of the share price of sales price for a common stock on the OTC pink sheets for the 5 consecutive trading days ending on the expiration date of the offering. You just look at it like this. So essentially, you're buying 25% more shares at a 25% discount, which would obviously benefit you if HCMC continues to grow. And I think they have a game plan to grow, and they did share that, which makes what Jeffrey Holman and HCMC is saying, they're being pretty transparent. I think a lot of companies wouldn't necessarily do this, and I think if you aren't looking to take part of this, I feel bad for the shareholders that are selling or even sold today. Obviously, the price is down, but I think we can't look too much into this here. I think this needs to happen to raise capital for their growth plans that they do have, and they need to grow they need money to grow like any other business. And for me, I'm supporting them with this rights offering just like I would, potentially buying HCMC's vitamin products or whatnot. I think this is something, if you do believe in HCMC, this is good news. If you don't, then you don't, and it's bad news to you. But for the HCMC holders, in my opinion, I think continue to hold and definitely take part in this offering when it becomes available. Again, that is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. Please, please do your own research before investing your money. But again, long-term holder for HCMC continues to be that way. Philip Morris lawsuit, patent infringement lawsuit, has nothing to do with this. But again, I continue to hold, and I will be taking part in this rights offering when it becomes available. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about this rights offering. Pretty crazy news today. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and as always, have a great day.